come here to verse 16 of the 15th chapter, the Gospel of John. Jesus continues to give this remarkable instruction to his disciples concerning the task to which he calls them, but also the promises that he makes to them in connection with the ability that they're going to have by the presence of Christ and by his grace to accomplish that which he has assigned to them. So we have this continuing now. We have uk. This is the negation, of course. The kai comes before a rough breather, so humes, not you. Humes is the second person nominative plural pronoun, so not you, and of course it's added here for emphasis. Put right next to the me, which puts them in a bit of a contrast with each other, not you, me, and then exalegzastha. This is from eklegomai, which is a combination of a couple of words. Ek is the preposition, out of, and lego, of course, I say. Common enough. Put them together and you have to say out, literally, and it's the word that means to choose. If it's in the active voice, then it would just simply mean to choose something for some purpose, but in the middle voice, as we have it here, that is to choose for oneself. So it is the idea of choosing for some personal purpose or some personal benefit would be the sense of it. So this is the second person plural, aorist middle indicative. So not you, me, have chosen for yourselves would be the force of it. But in contrast, then we have all elided before a vowel here. And so, but I, and then again the ego is added for emphasis. Same word here, exalegzamane, is simply the first person singular of the same verb. So it's the aorist middle, and it once again carries the idea that Jesus has chosen them for himself. And of course the direct object of that verb is here, humas. So you have not chosen me for yourselves forcefully, but I have chosen you for myself. And in addition to that, kai, the connective, etheka. This is from tithemi, to place or to put, usually rendered something like appointed, but more literally it's just I've put you. And then again we have the same word here, the direct object. This is the second person accusative plural of the pronoun. So I've chosen you for myself and put you, hina, which is a connective that takes the subjunctive, and we're going to have a subjunctive here, and also we're going to have a subjunctive here, and even a subjunctive here. So this hina is carrying a lot of freight in this phrase. So in order that, and then humes, the same nominative plural, second person pronoun, in order that you, and then the first of these subjunctives, hupageta, this is the idea of to go. Hupago is the notion to go away. This is the second person plural, perfect active or present active subjunctive, in order that you may go away. Kai, then the second, karpon, fruit, fereta, same thing. This is the second person plural, present active subjunctive, in sort of that you may go away, and fruit, bear. Kai, and then the third of these, ho karpos, that fruit, humon, the possessive second person pronoun, plural in the genitive here, in order that the fruit of you, and then mene, the third of these subjunctives, might remain. This is the third person singular, present active and subjunctive. So there's three reasons that Christ has chosen these and appointed them: that they would go, first of all, go into the world, make disciples of the nations, that they would be productive in that labor, so they would bear fruit, and that that fruit would abide. It wouldn't be a flash in the pan, kind of a momentary success, but that there would be an ongoing consequence from it. And I think certainly the testimony of history bears that out. And then we have another hina, another purpose clause. These three words taken together, ho, te, on, along with the on here, which again gives us a subjunctive, taken together would be something like whatsoever, or just the kind of the widest swath we can imagine, in order that whatever would be the notion. And then aiteseta. This is from aiteo, contract verb. It means to ask or to request. Of course, this is the second person plural, aorist active subjunctive again, going with the hina, in order that whatsoever you may ask, and then the asking is to the Father, ton patera, in the accusative here, that whatever you ask the Father, but the qualification in, preposition with the dative, here's the dative article, in to anomati, so in the name, in the dative here, mu, possessive pronoun, so whatever you ask the Father in the name of me, and then do, this is from didyme, third person singular, aorist active, subjunctive here, so whatever you ask the Father, he may give, humen, to you, the indirect object, in the dative plural of the second person pronoun. So you haven't chosen me, I've chosen you. I've appointed you. You're going to go and bear fruit. It's going to remain. And then in the context of that, of course, is the idea that they are going to ask, and they can ask lavishly. They can ask this very wide a possibility of things that they may need to accomplish this, but whatever they ask in the name of Christ, which is a way of saying in the spirit of this instruction, and for the purposes that are suggested here, these things will be provided to them. So it's a remarkable promise. It's certainly been borne out in history that the modest workers of the first century were able to start a movement that continues to grow and expand down through history.